Sometimes we push our spouse to try to get our needs met. That rarely works. It often creates the opposite of the result you're hoping for. Let's talk about a better way.
In our last episode, we talked about how important it is to appreciate the differences in needs between our spouse and ourselves. How important it is to understand and actively try to meet the needs of our spouse to keep us on the path of intimacy. But if you're not having your needs met, your response might be to try to push your spouse or to manipulate them into getting your needs met. So let's talk about pushing on a rope. When you have a rope laid out and you try to push it from one end, what happens? It just ends up in a tangled mess.
Yes.
So, but pulling on the rope, it's no problem. It can move just fine. Pushing your spouse or demanding or cajoling to try to get your needs met often creates the opposite reaction of what you're hoping for, and it makes a mess. But pulling, that is focusing on giving, on meeting your spouse's needs, and on loving them well in their way, that works much better.
Yes, pulling your spouse just draws them to you by changing the atmosphere of your marriage. You're drawing your spouse into your heart. Here's our story. And of course, it was me pushing Scott. So I was trying to push my introvert husband into being an extrovert. And the way it looked was this. We would be on our way to a party or some gathering with other people. And on our way, usually in the car, I would say, well, will you just make sure you talk some? Will you just talk? I want everybody to get to know you. I want them to know how wonderful you are. You have good things to say. Could you just talk some? And that created the opposite effect until one time I pushed so hard that he actually said, when you say things like that to me, it makes me feel like I'm this big. And I realized, this is not working. It is not creating at all what I'm after. If I can let Scott be relaxed and be himself, it doesn't matter. He gets to be him and I get to be me.
So if this has been your pattern in your marriage, where you tend to push or try to manipulate into getting your needs met,
yes,
a much better strategy is to just express your needs honestly in a non-demanding way. But really the best thing to do is to focus on meeting your spouse's needs, because that creates an atmosphere of love and acceptance. That creates an atmosphere of blessing, and so that draws your spouse toward you, and it makes it much easier to meet each other's needs.
So the way I would draw him is to say, okay, we're going to this party. What will make it fun for you and more comfortable for you, where you would feel safe to just have a good time?
So sometime in the next 24 hours, think about just one thing you can do to bless your spouse, to move one step closer to meeting their needs, and then do it. And now put this on repeat every day. If you want to learn more about the truth of an intimate marriage, you can check out my book, The Path of Intimacy. We'll leave a link below. And if this video has been helpful to you, we hope you'll like it and share it with your friends. And subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you can come with us on this journey into deeper intimacy.